Q Radio, your music, your station. Joining us in studio today, Daniel Coyle. Now, Daniel is involved in show jumping, which is kind of a revival again. Now, he's the HSC Bluegrass League. And, well, tell us a wee bit about this, Daniel. How long have you been horse riding?
My family always had it on them. And I started whenever I was 8, and I didn't really like them. My brother always was on them since he was born.
Yeah.
But I never liked them until one day, whenever I was just 8 or 9, I just says, I'll do this, and I've been doing it 10 years now. The
rest is history, as they say. You've been in competitions. You've been up against the likes of 50 competitors each week. How much training is involved in this sport, horse jumping?
There's a lot of training goes into it. It's sort of it's to get so much trust out of a horse to do that. Show jumping is not like, it's a different sport to like football or driving a car or something. You actually have to communicate with an animal, which is a lot harder than some sports. Yeah,
like obviously a horse, like when you train with a certain horse, is it always nicer to keep the same horse, or are you kind of used to going on different horses? Because obviously, as you say, you built up some kind of rapport with the animal, don't you?
Yeah, it's for me, I always ride a lot of different horses, but it's nice to know what you're getting onto or what horse you're having below you. It's really nice to get on a horse and know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not as nice when you get on and you really don't know what you're.
Now, you've got some international shows coming up. You've been selected for the Balmoral show this year, and that's going to be happening at the Maze. That's the new location for it this year. So you looking forward to that?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure what way it'll go at the Maze. I think they're putting a lot of effort into it and changing a lot of things in that. Balmoral was always a great show, so it'll be hard to get it the same.
Yeah. Now, what's your hope for the future, Daniel? Do you want to go on and progress, maybe even represent your country in the likes of the Olympics? Because show jumping is a big thing within the Olympics, isn't it?
Yeah, I would love to do something like that. What you need is a lot of good owners. I have a lot of good owners at the minute with every horse, every level. But there's so much money is involved in it as well. So it's great to have somebody with money behind you.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to get sometimes.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you based there when you do your show jumping? Is it down near Eglinton direction?
No, it's all over Ireland. You could be in Dublin one week, you could be in Galway the next, you could be maybe an hour or two from home.
Sure.
And sometimes it's even further than that away again.
Where do you do your training locally though?
Ardmore. I have my own yard and do all my training there and hope.
How many horses? Right. How many horses have you got stabled?
I'd have about 16 or 17, but I only have about 12 in work. That's actually getting proper training for that.
Yeah. Do you find a lot of young people are getting very interested in show jumping nowadays, Daniel?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's getting back to the way it used to be. Show jumping used to be, years ago, it used to be the real, big thing. It was always on TV, and it's just this last couple of years it's been, sort of held back from that. It doesn't get the TV publicity, or it doesn't get the publicity it should get.
Yeah.
But I would like it to get back to the level it was at.
Like, you always kind of think of show jumping. I think of the RDS in Dublin, where they used to do that every year. It used to be on TV, and you see them all doing the circuits as well. But I mean, it is a dangerous sport at the same time as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is dangerous, but it's nowhere near as dangerous as racing. The fences are solid, so if you did have an accident and you fell through the fence, at least it moves. You don't get that chance in other things.
Do you still get nervous when you go out there for a competition, Daniel?
Yeah, I do get nervous, but sometimes it's good to get nervous because it makes you concentrate a wee bit extra, so it does no harm.
What's coming up for you competition-wise now in the next few months?
There's a Premier League this weekend at Louth, and that'll be the first big one for me this year. Then I'll do Balmoral, and I think I'll go to Hickstead again this year. Yeah,
well, you got a busy old year ahead of you. Anyhow, Daniel, anyone maybe interested, or parent who would like to get maybe their young child involved in show jumping, how do they go about it?
There's so many different ways of going about it. You can go to a riding school and just get a lesson and do that, and that's probably the most sensible thing to do, because is put so much money into it and then maybe turn around someday and they're not interested in it. So if anybody was to do that, that's the way I would point them.
Just start them easy and just see if it's for them. It's like everything. Well, Daniel Coyle, thanks for joining us in studio. Continue success with all the competitions, and we hope you bring back more cups and rosettes as well for your further show jumping. It's good to see someone locally doing so well in, as I say, show jumping circles around Ireland and further afield. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for joining